choujinx chapter 59.3 review. If you guys like this type of content, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me a lot. Comment your thoughts down below. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. This chapter starts off with the chaosified Azuma landing on the ground after absolutely eviscerating Vlad. Like, he eviscerated Vlad. And the fact that he eviscerated Vlad and this whole fight really makes me want to see this animated. I'm sorry, just seeing this form of Azuma animated with a crazy OST behind it and crazy animation happening, I wish it could happen. But yeah, so the chapter starts off with him landing in front of the Yamato Mori people, and that each of them are like Higashi, and he's just in a chaosified state. He cannot hear them. Then the person says, BB, Higashi's killing intent has not vanished. So he did chaosify after all. If he's used that much power and chaosified on top of that, then he's already ... So BB is basically implying that, yeah, yo, Azuma's cooked. Like, he's literally gone. Like, he's done. There's nothing we can do to save him. He's done. But right in the next page, she ends up keeping talking and she says, he's gotten swallowed up. But not yet. I won't give up. Higashi must be fighting inside too. So yeah, I think that BB really just, I don't know, she just a suicidal maniac, because if I was a Yamato Mori fighter and I would literally be standing there looking at this absolute beast that quite literally no-diffed the person that we didn't have any chance against, I would be shitting my pants. That's just me. Just then, Azuma ends up using Bad Arch, which is a copy of Vlad's move technique where he had those blades on his forearms and shit. Then she keeps on top of me saying, reviewing class, you're a model student when chaosified. Denku, don't worry. For the sake of Yamato Mori's future, I'll teach this guy a lesson. BB's then getting fired up to go and fight Azuma on her own. She says, all troops get down. Stopping that is a Choujin's job. We've been hit pretty bad. Help your fellows that will come later, even if just a little. So BB's planning to throw away her life to put Azuma back in place, you know, snap him out of this. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate this development by Ishida. I do not hate it, because I was initially under the impression when the translation didn't come out that, well, BB, no one actually ended up dying. But I'm so fucking glad that BB is actually having a consequence here, because this whole fight between Vlad, she started the fight by getting her heart destroyed. Denku then looks at BB and says, BB, I haven't been able to repay you anything yet for how much you've done for me, who was just a brat. What did I ever lend to you? If you've got extra of something in your hands, then give it to someone else. It is as you say. She finally envisions a fake heart once again, and she says, I'm relying on you one last time, Heart-chan. So yeah, BB is cooked. She's cooked. This is just her suicidal bomb attack that she's going to eventually try and snap Azuma out of it with. Azuma and BB going fly around and start fighting each other. Boom, 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 boom. A whole lot of bombs and a whole lot of stuff going on. It's really kind of hard to tell sometimes with Ishida's fight drawings. But yeah, one thing that really interested me was this page right here where Azuma's hand even had an eye on it. I think this confirms that Sato is another Queen project. He might be. And if that's the case, then I think that Sato is trying to build his own sort of army and take over, like, you know, how Queen was trying to do. But to do that, he needed to mold in a soldier like Tokyo who would overtake Sandek, you know? Mold in someone who would listen to his every request. Now, what I feel is going to happen is Tokyo might get kicked out of Yamato Mori for some shit he'd do, and then Azuma will become that soldier after realizing he's also Queen's, like, you know, vessel. Azuma's chain ends up wrapping around something, and then this guy throws some swords into that thing, and then he yells an attack that's about to happen, and then he starts powering up and says, Higashi, I apologize for this attack. Secret ninja style. So he's about to cook Azuma right here. Bit of thunder calamity, and just thunders the shit out of Azuma. Now listen, listen. People might be like, oh my gosh, how was this guy able to do damage when Vlad wasn't able to do anything? Honestly, I could say that Azuma's never actually been damaged, so we don't know what his durability is in this form, at least. So I could say that this might work even. You never know. Maybe it's because Vlad was a physical fighter and never really had any, like, long-range, like, blast attacks that he could use. But this guy, he might be a goddamn counter to Azuma's Chaos Fight state. In the next panel, it clarifies exactly what I said as we see the aftermath of that attack, and Azuma immediately ends up falling. Then BB says, "Your iron abilities backfired on you, huh?" Then BB is waiting on this platform. From here on, make the most of your life as much as you can. This is my last dive, and she runs and jumps into Azuma, grabbing him in midair. As they're falling, BB goes on a little, monologue by saying, "Higashi, I don't know who you really were, but you fought for everyone's sake. Don't blame yourself. Don't lose sight of yourself. You're a keeper, Yamatomori. Denku." Then she yells for Denku as she's fallen. And BB's dying words, she says, "I'll have fun with Togawa over there. See ya." Drop to heaven, and then boom, explodes herself and Azuma while falling to the floor. I'm going to talk about this later. But yeah, so in Azuma's inner world, the sky, which we last saw had chains falling down through it, is now breaking. There's cracks in the sky now. The headless man says, "You probably received a big attack on the outside world. Chaosification has temporarily been halted. Even if you return, the fact that you are a vessel will not change. If you're saying my true form is that of just a weapon, then I don't need my true self." Azuma then gets a character development here where in the last chapters, he's just been tweaking about this whole queen situation. And he ends up telling the headless man, "I will decide what's inside the vessel. Both my body and my mind are mine. Wishing like that will make you suffer. Even if that's true, not being able to wish hurts even more." And Azuma begins to climb one of the chains that lead out of this world. Azuma then turns around and asks this headless man, "Are you going to be here forever?" The headless man then says, "I'm always with you. I'm something like you and a part of you. To shriek justice is cowardice. Fulfilling my role as a vessel is the justice I must accomplish." So I think some people might be confused, and I was at first confused too. Why would he turn around and ask him this? But I think this stems in from Azuma's whole character. I think a big part of his character now is just his loneliness. He was so lonely inside that house by himself. He created fake people inside of his head. So now just knowing that there's somebody inside of him that's permanently going to be able to speak to him whenever he goes into this world and shit, I think that might be a little bit more comforting for Azuma. The headless man continues talking by saying, "But you should find your own justice. I'll be waiting because I believe you'll come back again. Confirm the truth of what we've talked about in reality. Being able to talk was fun. Good luck." Azuma then looks at him and says, "What a weird guy. Shrieking justice, huh?" As he begins to climb the chain leading out of the world. As he's climbing, he has an inner monologue by saying, "They are most likely fighting to subdue me on the outside. It's BB. She's probably already. It's exactly because of that. I have to live and fight for everyone's share too. I have to live. No matter who I am, whether it's a delusion or not, I'll confirm it, you faceless bastard." As he reaches the top of the chain, he keeps speaking by saying, "Quick, I have to return back. The fight with Zora hasn't ended yet. I need to go where everyone is. Quick." And we come back to his physical body standing next to BB, where I really hope she's dead. Please tell me this is her dead and her sacrifice was not in vain. Because, well, by vain, you might be like, "Oh, wow, but he saved her and herself." No, I mean, Ishida putting her sacrifice in vain because this whole scene, this chapter is useless if she doesn't die here. So I really hope that she dies. I really hope that Azuma, what I think is going to happen next with Azuma is basically that this is going to happen again. But I think for the time being, he's going to refrain from using this form, which I think is really going to, nerf him a little bit. Because if you guys don't know, raising ends up getting you closer to a chaosified state. And raising is a basic power that all Choujins can use, but the more you use it, the more drifted off you get from humanity and the more closer you get to a chaos state. So he won't be able to raise. If he raises, he might get cooked. And this reminds me of another thing that Tokyo, ended up doing back in the Opium arc, where he didn't want to raise. He didn't want to lose his humanity either. So it makes me wonder, did Tokyo go through a crazy chaos state like Azuma and something happened and now he doesn't want to raise either? I don't know, because we have not seen Tokyo raise that much like he was doing pre-time skip now. Now, as you guys know, Ishida loves to imply a lot of foreshadowing into his writing, and I really do think a lot of these text bubbles in this chapter are a lot of foreshadowing. I think something very bad is going to happen to Azuma in the near future. Not right now, maybe not right now, but in the near future, I really do think that maybe if Sato is revealed to be a queen child, and the guy ended up sending Azuma out there to confirm what he had said, that he is a child and vessel of Queen. I feel like a lot of changes in behavior around the people around him might force him to that realization that he's different from all these people, Maybe. Or it could be an entirely different reason. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below about the chapter. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that when I first seen the scans that BB ended up surviving and just taking Azuma back with no consequences. I'm so glad Ishida ended up killing her. Please tell me she's dead, Ishida. Please tell me she's dead. But yeah, if she's dead, I guess this will wrap up this chapter review, and it'll also wrap up this section of the arc. Let me know what you guys think about this first section of the arc with Azuma. Personally, me, I would give it a 10 out of 10 section of this arc. Peak, like pure peak, dropping some of the best chapters of the years that I've read. And yeah, man, I hope you guys all like this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Yeah, man, I hope you guys all have a great day. Goodbye.